Welcome to Tavern 53. Very special Sunday afternoon Tavern 53. That's very weird for everybody to see us here. But you know what? That's what we do here. We do something a little different all the time. Got with me this afternoon, Bob Ross of Barbecue, Greg Rushlow. Greg,
Hello, everyone.
with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Yes. I see you got something there with you, Greg. What do you
Oh,
drink of choice today?
I've got a porter from Founders Brewing. Haven't tried it yet. Haven't had it yet. Thought I'd crack it open during the talk here.
Nice. Yeah. Should be good. Oh, nice sound. So we know that's good.
Give her a nice pour. Oh, nice dark one here. You know, on these cold days, I really like a dark beer like this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You can even see through that thing.
That's what you want. That is definitely looking good. Today we're going to talk about what we never got a chance. I was going to do on Thursday, and I just wasn't feeling 100%. I was feeling a little under the weather. I apologize, but thank you for everybody that sent me the hope you get better soon, and I will. You know what? It's coming up soon. Because we never got a chance to talk about St. Patty's Day, the what's your go-to, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about that and the have you gotten over the daylight savings times, the switch of the time there? Did it affect your sleeping or work or anything? How did it affect you, or did it affect you? Did you how'd you get around it if you did have a go-to to get around it? Like what's your please share because some people need that help. Um, Greg, with the St. Patty's Day, I'm sure you had something on the grill.
I had a corned beef brisket on the smoker, and I enjoyed a Guinness as well that day.
Yeah.
And I actually put Guinness in the corned beef, and it kind of braised in that toward the end.
Yeah.
And telling you, nothing says St. Patty's Day like a corned beef brisket.
Yeah. Nice slow
Afterwards, made a nice sandwich with that on some rye bread. I'm telling you, it's just so delicious.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. No, I could taste that. That would have that nice taste to it. Definitely.
You know, the good thing is like the corned beef brisket. Well, corned beef isn't available all the time. It's mostly only available around St. Patty's Day. So
yeah,
almost a year goes by before you taste those flavors, and
yeah.
I'm telling you miss it. Like a year goes by, and the saltiness, the brininess of that meat is so delicious.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
And of course, chasing it down with a nice beer is good as well.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that'll you could taste it. Like good all around the tongue, like right around the back of the throat. Good taste. Everything.
Yeah.
It just lingers with you. I guess that's the term I'm looking for. It lingers, sticks around with you. Yeah.
And you know, you appreciate a pickle when you taste the richness of that corned beef.
Yeah.
And it takes you back to your pickle pizza.
Yeah.
Which makes me think corned beef and pickle pizza. I bet you that'd be good.
That I would put on it. Yeah, corned beef, and I would throw the pickles on that. Now, what kind of sauce would you put on that pizza? You couldn't
Oh,
do
God. Yeah, you're right. You know what? I'd make a sauce out of the Guinness and some beef broth.
Oh, no, that would yeah, and add a little bit of bitters to it or something like that to give it
Right. Little bitters, little sweetness.
Yeah.
Mixed with the brininess and the pickles.
Throw molasses in there. Some molasses mixed in with that. That'd thicken it
Oh,
right
yeah.
up. Oh yeah, no, that and then
I can do that.
Chop up a little bit of spam and throw that on there.
Yep.
No, I don't know. No, we'll just stick with the corned beef on that and the pickles.
For now, yeah.
Not play around too much.
But the spam has its time.
Yeah, so it will. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to that. There's going to be some different ways of cooking that for sure. for sure. And for the any other recipes, any other things that would be good for St. Patty's Day? Like I know the like corned beef, cabbage, definitely is. Like I remember my mom doing that. Like she'd take the corned beef, it'd be in the bag, and she'd just boil it
Mhm.
and then cook up the cabbage, like fry it up on the stovetop, and then mix the two together, and a few potatoes on the side, and that was like really. I always thought that was good. That was the way to do it.
That sounds pretty delicious.
Yeah, and I always thought that was a good way to do it. Again, it was nice, easy. It wasn't super complicated and good taste. I always thought.
Yep.
Right? And again, just different ways of doing the same food, I guess. Like if you like it, throw it
Yeah.
together.
I'll have to do a stew with corned beef and cabbage. I've never done it, but that sounds like something to go to,
You know what?
something
Yeah,
to do.
that would. I bet you that would happen.
Maybe put a little smoke on the corned beef first, then chop it up.
Yeah,
I don't know. Start braising it with some potatoes, carrots, onion.
and then again,
Actually, and then pour your beer in there.
yeah. And I was just going
Pour
to
a
say,
whole
you
Guinness in there,
get Guinness right in there and get that bubbling right up. Yeah,
right?
definitely. And then do
Might
that.
be something to do for next year.
Take that, and then once it's all put together, like you said, if you're going to smoke the corned beef, that's one thing. Turn around, get it all going, put it in the pot, put the pot right in the smoker,
It's
infuse
true,
it.
yeah.
I
You
think
leave the lid off, get some of that smoke in there.
yeah, I think that would really get a nice hickory, nice good hickory going in there. I think that really,
It'll probably reduce down quite nicely as well because all the steam coming out.
I'm getting hungry.
You got wind noise here because it's pretty windy.
Yeah, I can see your lantern, your storm lantern, hurricane lantern flopping around in the back there.
Yeah. As long as you can still hear me.
Yeah, no, I can hear you. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Then we had the other question was the daylight savings times. The switch of the time there. You spring ahead an hour. For a lot of people, like they say, I heard it on the radio. They were talking about it. The most accidents happen on the Monday following this time switch, and I can see that. I can see that happening because it just your whole body gets thrown right into like for a lack of a term, a toilet bowl. It's just squishing right down, like you don't know what ends up there.
Right.
I think that right there would be the yeah. Oof, I don't know.
For me, the time change, I'm always an early riser. So to me, I just start that much earlier. But the bonus is having all this daylight at
Yeah,
the end of the day, you know, like even at the time of your podcast, it's daylight now.
yeah. On
No
Thursday night,
floating beer cans.
miss it. You're gonna miss that. Do a midnight broadcast one night or something like that.
No, I do enjoy the extra daylight at the end of the day,
Yeah, no, that
you
does.
know.
It does. It gives that mental feeling good, like a head, like feeling really healthy. I guess you would say.
Right.
Like it gives
But
you.
if we kept that this current time throughout the year, I mean, how would that be in the winter? You know, like I guess it wouldn't be daylight until 9 a.m. or something, you know.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not sure on that. Bigger minds get paid bigger money to come up with the yeses and nos to those questions. We just talk about food and barbecuing and
Yes.
weird different topics here and
We
there.
keep to what we're good at
Yes, yes.
or
Spam,
what's in our control.
yeah, spam.
Spam. I love how we've been sharing different spam recipes back
Oh
and
yeah,
forth
yeah,
when we run across something interesting.
yeah. I seen that
Here's one.
that one where the what was it the chips, the spam chips. I'm like, who would have thought of that? And that was perfect.
Or the French fries, but it's all spam,
Yeah,
deep fried spam.
yeah, that looked good.
And
Yeah,
then they're dipping it.
yeah,
Looks so good.
yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, no, the just different ways. Like again, that's definitely a different way. Like of doing a simple again a canned meat, and then just different ways of cooking it up. Like yeah, they look good. And again, that's like with the corned beef. It's just different ways of cooking it up. It really looks good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like some people, like
And I
I
see
know, they
people,
just cook them up and they just slice it, and then it's just for sandwiches. Others do a like the whole meal just right with that, like a roast. It's whatever gets you going, whatever you're good with.
I see like people strictly smoking it. Then I see other people steaming it,
Yeah,
keeping it covered. Then, like you said, sous vide, where you put it in a bag and boil it in the water. And I guess depending on how you cook it, it's called something different.
yeah,
And yeah, so I kind of did a combination of both where I had the corned beef on the barbecue smoking. And then at a certain point, I put it in like a foil boat in Guinness beer and just
yeah.
finished it in that.
No,
So kind of got, I hope the best of both worlds, but in the end, it turned out so good.
oh, I bet.
And then I let it cool down and I put it through the meat slicer, nice thin strips.
Yeah.
And it made such good sandwiches,
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. A
you know?
little bit of sauerkraut on there,
Yeah.
and like you said, a little pickle.
I think I had, there's a McClurry's or something pickles, and they're really, really nice. Like they're they're triangle shaped
Yeah.
spears rather than just flat or whole, you know. But man, they're so delicious.
Yeah, no, that would be it'd be a good taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, that give the if it's a good dill bitter like that, like the good bite to it, you get it in the back of your throat, and you're like, ooh, okay, yeah,
Yeah. Like I say, it really cuts. You don't realize how rich the brisket, corned beef brisket is until
yeah,
you had a couple slices. At first, you think you can eat all this big
oh,
pile of it. And then after a couple pieces, you're like, wow, this really got some heaviness to it, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
And the pickle just helps with that.
Oh. And again, like if you're doing it on a bun or something like that, like that's just like a good, like you said, you did it on the rye bread. That sits heavy on a there too, so you're throwing all that in there, and that just
That's true. Yeah.
and then with the Guinness, that's a meal in a bottle. You go and sit and have
Yeah.
that, and you got a whole meal right there, and you're threw that in with the corned beef, and that was just woof. I can just imagine that right there. It's like 2 days of meals all in one.
I was surprised that I put the Guinness in the foil, but at the end of the cook, there was very little liquid left. So between the fat or whatever juices came out of the brisket mixed with that Guinness reduction,
Yeah.
it actually gave off this crazy good flavor.
Oh, I can
You know,
imagine that.
I just poured that over the meat after. Man, it was so good.
Yeah.
It just got me thinking, like making like a Guinness gravy or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, when we
Yeah.
started talking pizza, I thought, oh, that would be the sauce I would put on top right there.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like I think that would that'd be the only time I would think of a pickle on a pizza would be if I was doing a corned beef pizza.
Probably no one's done it.
Oh, I don't know. Those Irish people are a little different there. They
Every time you think of something, somebody's done it.
oh
But
yeah, no, I'm sure.
I don't know. I that I know of. I don't know anyone that has done a corned beef and pickle
Exactly, yeah.
with
Like,
a Guinness reduction.
yeah. No, no, again, like that again, like I think that would be the only way I would think of putting pickles on a pizza would be doing with corned beef and then like what we said, like what kind of sauce you're gonna use. You'd have to like of course Guinness and then you just render it down and like throw some molasses in there or something to help give it a bit of a bitter, more again, more of a bitter taste on it, like thicken it up. And I think
Right.
that would really like I think that would really be a good thing. I think that would really give it a good taste. But then I don't know. You'd have to try it. I think we'd have to definitely give it a shot.
When you first mentioned pickles on a pizza, I thought of pulled pork. pulled pork on a pizza with pickles. Because again, you're cutting that fat.
Coleslaw.
But if you did pulled pork, you could do more of a barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
With pickles. So it'd be a cross between the pulled pork and like a burger kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I pulled pork on a pizza. I could do that. I could see that. I would do that. I've done that. Done homemade pizzas. We'll just throw pulled pork on them with, but I've used like the regular barbecue sauce, or just not no sauce whatsoever, and just put a little cheese on it and under the broiler, and there it goes. It was actually pretty good, but again, I don't know. It just
The pickles, right?
against the grain for pickles. I don't know. I just can't say. I don't know. I can't.
Trying to find an avenue for these pickles.
I don't know. Put them on the side. I'll eat them with a burger, or maybe even like I said. But I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I'd have to make the pizza myself right there for the for the for the corned beef
Right.
pizza, and I'd have to try it out as I'm going and see, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just me.
You know what? I'd try whatever we make.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, Greg, would like to go a little bit longer, but I'm going to have to cut this short right now, if you don't mind.
No problem. It was nice to join you. You know, an excuse to get out, have a beer with you.
I think
I still hear you. Your video